Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 5.
A woman heading to early morning mass yesterday noticed something a little off with a statue of the Virgin Mary of St. Anthony of Padua Catholic Church in South Fargo. Take a look at your screen. The head was lying on the ground next to the statue, having blows to the face from a vandalism attack from the night before. Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter Bailey Hurley talked with church leaders who say they are mourning for her loss.
And it made me stop and do a double take. And I looked and I thought, wow, our statue of our Blessed Mother's head is missing.
Father Courtwright says he thought he was seeing things yesterday morning when he first glanced at this statue of the Virgin Mary.
It looks like there's three at least to 5 or more blows to the head of the statue. And so it was kind of shocking.
Courtwright says the statue is an important part of his congregation.
There's people here all the time, walking away to work, driving to work, they'll stop and just come over for a couple minutes. And then in the evening, a lot of people come over.
He says the statue has only been outside for a little over 2 years, and a blow like this will cost the church about $1,600 to replace. But he says several people have already offered donations.
They said, well, Father, we want to get a new one, and we want to even get a nicer one than the one we have. So I said, well, that's great. It's nice to hear.
Courtwright said he doesn't think the incident means people are plotting against the church, but he said they are looking into safety measures they can take for the next statue.
I don't think we'll get cameras, motion light maybe. So when people come here, the lights will turn on. And
as weird as it is to say out loud, Courtwright said he is mourning the loss of the statue's head.
Yeah, it's something personal.
In Fargo, Bailey Hurley, Valley News Live.
Courtwright also says he's not sure what's next for the Virgin Mary, but he thinks the church will bury her like they do with other sacramental items. The Moorhead Police Department is warning you to lock up your cars because of the amount of car break-ins over the last 3 months. Police say they have taken nearly 50 reports of thefts from vehicles, and most of them were unlocked. Authorities say you make it easy for burglars when your vehicle is not secured. Here are a few ways to prevent car break-ins. Take the extra second to double-check that your vehicle is locked, and take an extra minute to make sure your valuable items are removed from your vehicle. You can also report a vehicle break-in online at crimereports.com. We are slowly making it back to where we should be this time of year, but we're not quite there yet. Hutch, kind of coolish this evening, too?
Yes, we'll see temperatures cooling off, but as a rule, we've really seen much warmer temperatures, and it's all thanks to that sunshine after a cloudy day yesterday, and highs only in the low 60s. Temperatures across the region have been allowed to warm up. We do have some clouds along the international border with spotty showers there. Maybe 1 or 2 rumbles of thunder will be possible. Here's those temperatures. Everyone in the 70s. Aberdeen, though, 82 degrees. The heat way out to the west, and well, there's a little bit of musical activity going on out in Lakes Country, and temperatures there extremely comfortable, light winds and low 70s for those at WeFest. In Fargo tonight, temperatures slipping slowly through those 60s as we're heading to bed tonight. Can't rule out a spotty overnight thundershower, but I think the chances are low in Fargo, a little higher for our northern counties. Hey, this weekend could bring some strong thunderstorm chances both Friday and Saturday. I'll have details on when and where that activity is firing up here in a couple of moments.
Thanks, Hutch.
You bet.
The brother of a missing North Dakota woman is saying the body found in a pickup submerged in Lake Sakakawea is that of his sister, Olivia Lone Bear. Matthew Lone Bear told the Bismarck Tribune that Olivia was identified by her tattoos. The 32-year-old mother of 5 had been missing since October 25th when she was seen leaving a Newtown, North Dakota bar in her pickup. That vehicle was recovered Tuesday in Lake Sakakawea on the Fort Berthold Indian Reservation. Law enforcement say they are also confident the body found is Olivia, but they still need a DNA test to confirm the results. The driver in a deadly Grand Forks crash has been identified as 33-year-old Tony James Smith. Police say the chase started this morning at around 5 when the driver would not pull over for authorities. The driver turned off the vehicle's lights as they sped off. Officers ended the chase for safety concerns. A short time later, authorities say the car plowed into a tree. Officials say a 9-year-old boy who died on a playground was tangled up in a swing set chain and choked to death. This all started yesterday afternoon in the town of Comfrey, which is near New Ulm, Minnesota. Police got a call about an unresponsive child. The boy was taken to the hospital for injuries suffered in that playground accident, but resuscitation efforts were not successful and he was pronounced dead. A Minnesota grandma is facing child endangerment charges after police witnessed her driving with her granddaughter hanging out the window. Rhonda Meller was pulled over by police after officers saw a person hanging out of Meller's driver's side window. Officers said that person was later identified as Meller's 11-year-old granddaughter and that she was almost touching the ground, while Meller was traveling at speeds between 30 and 40 miles per hour. When officers asked why her granddaughter was dangling from the window, Meller said the two were playing. Our sister station in the Twin Cities, KARE 11, is reporting that a third-party vendor performing work on a 911 system caused a widespread service failure in Minnesota, and that the outage also affected North Dakota and North Carolina. It lasted about an hour Wednesday. According to KARE, the telecommunications company, CenturyLink, operates 911 networks in those 3 states and said today that it's investigating the cause of the outage. So we wanted to know, how secure is the emergency system? The Red River Regional Dispatch Center's director tells us while it is extremely rare to see something like this, she says it doesn't mean the system was hacked into.
Could be equipment.
The equipment like that far?
Yes. They're all delivered from one spot. Yes, absolutely.
So it could be an equipment malfunction?
Absolutely. It could be anything.
Philippi says about 90 seconds after the center got word of the outage, the 911 calls were rerouted to a backup line, but she's not sure how long the calls were out before they were notified. A famous 19th century artist, Degas, said, "Art is not what you see, but what you make others see." And there's plenty of art for you to see in Moorhead, starting today. And the canvas is more than a little unusual. It's the Water Tower in Woodlawn Park. Images. A grand unveiling today. Images on it became a matter of opportunity on the Water Tower. Local artist Suzanne Legat thought, why not use it to showcase the Woodlawn neighborhood? She offered her ideas to the city decision makers and they went along with it. And 10 weeks later, we have a portrait of the Woodlawn neighborhood designed by 2 local artists, Steve Dorsey and Jack Lundy.
It's very graphic and bold and it draws attention, but also because it is done with the community, based on community feedback. I think it is really something that represents the community and Woodlawn neighborhood in general.
This may not be the last time, nor the last water tower in Moorhead that will get neighborhood-specific art. There are at least 2 others that, with the blessing of city leaders, may well be the next canvas. If you are craving that cookie dough blizzard from Dairy Queen, today is the perfect day to stop by and pick one up. Local DQs are celebrating the 13th annual Miracle Treat Day. $1 or more of every blizzard sold will go to the Children's Miracle Network. The organization raises funds for children's hospitals across the United States, which includes Sanford Children's Hospital here in Fargo. Last year, Miracle Treat Day raised over $200,000 for Sanford Children's Hospitals in Sioux Falls and Fargo. Mosquito relief is on the way in Grand Forks and East Grand Forks. Citywide spraying is set for tonight. East Grand Forks will spray from 8 p.m. until midnight and Grand Forks from 9:30 p.m. to midnight. Health officials urge you to take precautions to avoid being bitten by mosquitoes, since West Nile virus has been identified in that area. President Trump